Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with an update on the Brittany Dawn and Niko situation. I will link my first part down below in case y'all missed it, but I do have an update that I wanted to share with y'all. And also, what has Brittany Dawn been up to while all of this has been exposed and widely discussed all over social media? What is she up to? Take your guesses. We'll get there in the second half of this video, but first I want to share the update regarding Niko. So, if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so let's get into the update on Niko first, and then, like I said, second half we'll cover Brittany Dawn and all of her nonsense that she has been posting on social media during this time specifically. This post comes from Michaela, and Michaela is the one whom rescued Niko, and I linked her TikTok in part one once I was able to confirm it and confirm that she was the one that, was involved in this. But nevertheless, so I will link her TikTok in this description box as well for y'all. But Michaela is absolutely an angel. She saved this dog. I don't know how much time Niko would have had if he was not rescued on the day that he was rescued. Obviously, lots of upsetting details. There is a trigger warning in part one. I'm not going to go into any, big detail in this video, but beware, there is a trigger warning for part one because that's where the photos are shown, so on and so forth. So let's move on to something more positive, and that is what's going on post-rescue. Michaela posted full Niko update. Niko went to the vet this morning for a full checkup. He had blood work done, heartworm, HW test, and fecal. We get the results Friday. They did a fine needle aspiration for the lump on his wrist, but they could not confirm what it was. They advised that it should be removed. Once he is fully healthy, he will get a surgery for the lump removal and biopsy. His skin condition is actually a severe flea allergy. He has a ton of flea and ticks. He is on an antibiotic and flea and tick meds. He weighs 68 pounds. Based on his photos from Sunday, they said that he is already looking much better. He was healthy enough to get vaccines as well. When you fully understand what's been going on with this Niko situation, and we get to the second part of this video to see what Brittany Dawn has been up to, for me, it absolutely makes me sick to my stomach. I am so glad that this dog was healthy enough to get vaccines. Like I said, if he was not rescued on the day that he was rescued, I don't think that things would have turned out very well for Niko. Michaela continued and said, Brittany Dawn's only response was, I didn't abandon him. I rehomed him to a family. But of course the internet is always going to manipulate and distort the truth. Always. Brittany Dawn, f*** off. That's how I feel about this. I am so tired of people like her acting like they are so righteous and so pure and they are living by God's way and whatever. And then something like this happens and she wants to blame the internet? No, blame yourself for whatever weird Craigslist person you decided to drop your dog with. Or, did you abandon it with some Craigslist trainer? Did you abandon it with some Craigslist person who just was okay taking the dog? And that's the other thing that I've thought about over the last couple days is, if the dog was really abandoned with a trainer, do you not think that we would have heard from said trainer by now? Because me personally, I think that there would have been some kind of post somewhere, even if it was just a comment that came to light. Because dog trainers are typically, from what I've seen myself, very vocal about people bringing them pets and abandoning those pets and not coming to pick their pet up. I could not imagine taking my dog somewhere where he is unfamiliar, even let's just say that he met the trainer ahead of time and whatever. I would jump off a bridge before I would leave my dog for longer than what was agreed upon. And I would probably be that weirdo who wants to sit in my car and just watch my dog be trained. I could not imagine breaking my dog's trust to that degree. Not in a million years. The day her dog was found starving and she was made aware of this, she was in Colorado on spring break vacation posting about how happy she was, and we'll get to that later in this video. No, you did not abandon him. You decided to rehome him because he was too high energy in the peak of your fitness career. You sold him to the sketchiest couple you could find on Craigslist so that he could be used and neglected for 4 years. You bailed on a rescue trying to responsibly rehome Niko after 5 days, and then you lied and claimed he was rehomed through a rescue and a trainer. You set Niko up for failure. Niko is being fostered. Links to Cody's Friends Rescue adoption applications can be found at said link. Of course, I'll have this all in my description box. And he will be under new arrivals. As I said in part 1, I can't expect everybody to be the kind of dog owner that I am. But let's just say that, make-believe land, there was a scenario where I could not, live out of my car with my dog. There was literally nothing else that I could do. Most people with half a brain cell, not Brittany Dawn, would have gone back to where she obtained the dog. You can go back to your breeder. You can go back to the rescue organization. You can go back to the county organization. Whatever organization you obtain this dog from, you can always go back to them and say, this is no longer working. And that is the bare minimum that you can do for that dog. But I would not expect that from a monster like Brittany Dawn. I want to thank everyone for supporting Niko. His Amazon wish list bought out 3 times. His GoFundMe passed our goal, and we raised over $4,000 for his care. Whatever is not used for his medical care will be split between Cody's friends and the Love Pit, who tried to rehome Niko in 2019. I will insert some photos and a couple videos of Niko to see how happy this dog is, and to think that he was failed by somebody who has a platform for no reason and has tried to paint herself as this holy Christian person who is just what a fake bitch. Brittany Dawn is a fake bitch. She is a monster. She is an animal abuser. She is an animal neglector, in my opinion. And I will not stop dragging her for this situation right here. I've been covering Brittany Dawn for a very long time. Brittany Dawn now has her own playlist on my channel for what that is worth, but I wanted to make it kind of a central location where y'all can follow, like, why are people so fired up at Brittany Dawn? Why is her Reddit so active with people who are absolutely beyond pissed at her? Why is that? I decided to put the playlist out there so y'all can see kind of what she has done leading up to the Niko story if you're unfamiliar.
Questions going on about where Niko is. Niko is in training right now. He is with Bevel Dog Behavior. He is going, I don't know how much longer he's going to be. He's been there for quite some time though. I miss him so much. It's been very difficult to not have him. So he is in training. He's in great hands when he comes back. Yeah, there's a whole story there, you guys. Yeah, whole story about me and him and some things that happened and whatnot. Nothing bad. So don't assume that. But just like, we just, yeah, so we weren't clicking for some reason. Like, he is extremely hyper, I have anxiety, and we just, like, our personalities were completely clashing. And so Bevel Dog Behavior is working with him. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited to see his little transformation, and I'm probably going to film it as well so you guys can see that too. But meanwhile, You guys get this little model pup.
But let's hop over to her Instagram, because for me personally, I can't say that if I was such a heartless piece of shit to do that, I damn sure would not be posting happy-go-lucky content from Colorado. I can guarantee you that much. Going to an oxygen bar, taking little photo shoots in the snow with your moon boots, and, gathered around as if you're in some kind of weird cult, because you probably are, allegedly, um, you know, baptizing people, showing people at a table, and then, zooming into Jordan to say my view. As a reminder, Jordan was a former police officer who also is, in my opinion, carried out some racial hate on one of the suspects that he was supposed to be interacting with as a police officer at that point in time. So as far as Brittany Dawn gallivanting over in Colorado and acting like everything is just, a holy matrimony of goodness and all the good things, she is she is one of those people who, in my opinion, is missing a large part of her soul. And I really don't throw that around very often. But as I said in part one, if you are able to abuse, neglect, mistreat, or harm animals or children, I think that you should rot for all eternity. Okay? Just so many emotions around this, and I realize, hey, maybe I'm a little bit biased as somebody who's covering this because I am such a psycho, lover of dogs, that maybe I do have a little bit of bias. But I think that once in a while, when it is appropriate, I can bring a little bit more emotion to some of these stories, and I hope that if I'm emotional, it also allows y'all to get emotional, and within reason. Like, do not allow these things to happen in just a couple days, then it's poof, vanished, it's old news. I covered Nikki and Dan Felipe for ages because of what they did with their dog. She is absolutely deleting comments on her Instagram. She does that all the time, but especially now that the, kind of the dog people of social media have been involved in this conversation, she is probably working overtime and squeezing in time for the oxygen bar and food and little quirky photo shoots. I'm so sorry for Niko, but I'm equally as happy that he is in good hands. And I know for a fact that this organization, because of what he went through and because they are professionals and all of the good things, I know that he will be placed in a home that is going to love and adore and respect and just give him the best quality of life within their means. And, I hope that he gets all the belly rubs and all of the treats and walks and, time outside for fresh air. And I hope that he never has to, I hope that he never has to worry about encountering another piece of garbage like Brittany Dawn is. So either way, Brittany Dawn can, pray her way to wherever she's going, but I will be here to call her out on her bullshit, especially when it comes to situations like this. So that's the Niko update for today. Check my description box because there's going to be a bunch of links down there for this video specifically. But that's going to be it for today. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.